Is there anything more pathetic than those hours just before a first date? You rehearse what you've convinced yourself are some witty stories, catch yourself in a shop window, reflections again and again to see if your face is still there, then prepare your personality over and over again. Smile but don't leer, ask questions but don't interrogate, try to find some semblance of a common thread to hang on to. Of course, none of this will do anything good in the long run. If there's any connection, it'll be found organically and mutually. When this happens, it's like crawling out of a very dark tunnel into daylight. Together, the two of you emancipated from performance. Not a common event, but common enough, and doubtless you'll know what to do next. And you'll know immediately. However, it becomes apparent after the second or third drink that this person is simply too other or too odd, or just not of interest for your reasons or your subconscious to ever disclose. Or their humor is a bit too mild, or they're more human than you, or their main take on a current event is, I don't trust the media, I get my news exclusively from TikTok or Instagram. And there's no comfortable way out of the situation for either of you, so you say something stupid like, oh, I'm sorry I left my gas on at the dentist appointment or something like that. Still, in a strange way, those few hours before meeting are quite nice, really. However well or badly this is all going to go, whoever you're meeting is thinking of you, or at least planning an evening with you in mind, and you occupy just a little bit of their head at a moment as they do yours. They're probably feeling rather on edge too, rehearsing a few stories, checking their face hasn't fallen off, walking into a potentially terrible or fantastic evening, and whichever it turns into is entirely dependent on who you are and what you say in the next few hours. A brutal physical assessment and personality interview all rolled into one. Anyway, no pressure. How do you have the perfect first date? How do you plan everything inside of your life to make it go everything perfect all the time? And I never messed up, and I'm perfect, and I'm so witty, and I'm so charming, and I'm so funny, and I'm never late for work, and I make my bed every day, and I never skip breakfast. How do you do that? You don't. It's not possible. You don't always have a plan. Life has a funny way of showing you that it doesn't care about you, so you gotta start caring about yourself. That is the beauty about life. That is the beautiful thing about Earth. That is the beautiful thing about the randomness of this existence. It doesn't care whether you're ready for cancer. It doesn't care whether you're ready for a car crash or a plane crash or the loss of a loved one. It will happen to you, and it will happen, and it will happen, and it will happen all the time, forever, until the end of time, and it sucks. How do you make a perfect first date? Well, there's a few things you can do initially. Perhaps get to know them. Make sure that you actually want to go to a date. Hopefully choose someplace public. That'd be grand. I'd appreciate that if you chose someplace public. It didn't just want to drive around the car for a few hours and then try to have sex in the back of the car. That'd be lovely and amazing. Please don't ask for head. That'd be great. How do you have a perfect first date? You plan it out slightly. But know that even if you plan every conversation, if you have a thread on a whiteboard of all the conversation paths, if they say yes, I'll say no. If they say it, I'll say am. If they say why, I'll say that's the 25th letter of the alphabet. And I'll continue down this rabbit hole until I drive myself into insanity. That is not how you have a perfect first date. You cannot plan for every minutia, so maybe improv would be the best solution for your dilemma. Improvisation, able to think on the fly and on the whim, able to be naturally great at everything, being able to improv conversation and prepare for every circumstance. But you're not too good at improv, so maybe that doesn't work either, so you don't know how to improv, so it doesn't work. How do you have a perfect first date? You have a perfect first date. Easy, simple. I can't believe you didn't see it already. And initially, you can't plan for anything. You can't allow yourself to be defeated. You must be you. Do you know how freeing it is to be you with no restraints, no alcohol, no drugs, no tobacco, no nicotine, no ecstasy, no intoxicants inside of your blood or soul or body? Do you know how precious it is that somebody can see you and like you for you? A friend may do that. A loved one may do that. A parent may do that. Oh, you got a face only a mother could love. My wife loves me. My friends love me. They enjoy hanging out with me. They enjoy seeing me. And even when they're busy, I know that they're still thinking of me because we're going to hang out at the bar on the weekend, and that's going to be fantastic. And I look forward to that because that is the reprieve after the 60-hour work week we've had at Amazon, and I'm happy to be able to enjoy this subtle reprieve with my friends if I can. Please. How do you plan a perfect first date? How do you have it? Perfection is however you make it. By being you, you are free of anxiety. By being you, you don't have to guess at what to say next. If you're not satisfied with the ribeye and you tell the waiter, this ribeye is rather dry, I didn't want it this way, and they said, I apologize, and you say it in a very polite way and your lover thinks you're kind. However, if you're not really kind and you don't want to give off the wrong impression that you don't have any patience, perhaps you could say, hey, let's dine and dash, and you could give a little bit of your moral compass there. What matters most is that the person accepts your moral compass, accepts your morals, accepts your values, and they accept you in totality. That is the beauty of a first date. It's kind of a guessing game for both of you. Oh, I hope this person doesn't kill me. Oh, I hope this person doesn't like children. Oh, I hope this person doesn't stay in all day playing League of Legends. Oh, I hope this person likes Animal Crossing. Oh, I hope they don't hate the fact that I have 5 cats and 27 Squishmallows and I still live with my parents. That's a little bit of a thing I didn't bring up in our Tinder or Bumble conversation. I should have mentioned that in my Hinge profile. That would have been grand. However, I didn't want to scare him off. Scare. Be you. If you are scary and you feel like you are scary, but the other person isn't scared of you, that's beautiful. The fear that you have inside of your body is gone now. You can now cross that off the list of things you don't have to worry about ever again. Isn't that beautiful? If you think you're too energetic and nobody can handle you and nobody can handle the energy you give out, and they love the energy, they like it, they like the wonder in your eyes, the excitement you get when you talk about something stupid, that's grand, and you should probably stay with them. That would be lovely. If they do not understand that you are monotone and you actually really do want to hear them talk, then maybe they're not for you. However, if you are monotone and they listen and they understand that this is rather droll and you don't want to be here and they don't want to be there either, and you would rather just perhaps go to a park, even someplace a little bit less public, that'd be great because you both have social anxiety and you're both introverts, and maybe you could have had a first date over a Discord call maybe a few times and then been in public. Even if it would be a little bit awkward, it would have been better to get to know you more. That would have been great. How do you have a perfect date, a perfect first date? How do you prepare yourself? How do you look inside of your soul and say, okay, my tie is all good and my hair is good and I smell nice? And that's not you, is it? You're stressed. You're worrying about things you never worry about. You haven't brushed your teeth in 5 days, dude. And I'm not saying go to the date with messed up teeth. Maybe she or he can be your impetus for change. They can be the thing that makes you want to actually take care of yourself or take care of your life or have some personal agency with you. And they can be that thing that you think about, like, oh, okay, I should probably actually do this because it works 9 times out of 10. And I'm realizing that I can't just stay in my stupor forever. I can't just stay disgusting. If you become the most true and perfect version of yourself, where you don't have to question if you're being you, if you don't have to question how you are, that is how you are. You can't practice a conversation. You can't write out a syllabus to prepare for a perfect first date. You can't do that. You can pick the location and you can sometimes pick the person, but you can't pick the conversations. You can't pick that somebody might yell or bring a baby to an argument. Same way you can't pick your flight seats when you book with Delta last minute. You can't plan those things ahead of time. What you can plan is you. That's it. All you can do is work on your self-assurance, yourself, and what you are. Sure, you could do your hair better, but if your hair is always messy, then what are you doing? Putting on a facade? You're selling a product? You're not a product. You're a person. Don't sell yourself. Be yourself. It's goofy to sell yourself. Sure, you want somebody to pick it up, the prospects of you, and want to pick you up and buy you, but realistically, you're not a commodity. You're not a caricature of a person. You are a human with uniqueness and different days and bad days and good days, can days and can't days. You have those good days and Wednesdays, butch days and femme days. Those are the days you have, and those are okay to have some lapse in all your days. Just know that you can't plan a perfect first date. So how do you have a perfect first date? Just be present, be there, be okay, be charming without being weird. It's okay. Take the stress off of yourself and be yourself. Goodbye, goodbye, and good day.